We've made a breakthrough. We can't lay claim to Dewa III and make it our new home without allies. The planet is close to Klingon space, although they've never formally claimed it. If we could get their support, or that of the Federation, we would be able to break away from the Romulan Star Empire without worrying what the Tal Shiar will do. Detan has been working for weeks to get the Klingons and the Federation to agree to talks. Now representatives from both factions will be at Kittimer to hear our proposal, and so will the Empress. I want you there as well. I think we'll need someone like you on our side. It won't be easy, but this is our best chance to create a new life and a new home.
And now this is going to be one of the few missions where I've got to mention a few big things. First is this is a single player mission, and it's one that this is basically you pick up a allegiance reward, and that allegiance costs you much. And both of these are pretty well. It will totally depend on which faction you choose to go with. We'll add that the options you pick at the very end of this mission, I'll tell you when at a time, it will change the rest of the life of this character. I did cover this in the last episode of Mirzo's page, but that was a talk page, so you might have skipped it. So let's go and start with the turning point. And
greetings. I have new orders for you.
Yeah. Now, normally we would try and get a new ship at level 10, but you don't need to. I'm going to let it slide for a little while because the ship I want to fly is going to be shown off next week. And if you want to see that ship, I recommend hitting the subscribe button and ringing that bell. Now we're actually on the way. I'm going to have to mention some things. Turning Point has a somewhat of a unique thing to it. It's actually got remastered in the last year or two. The problem is that they also redid some of Tovin's lines. And they've actually replaced some of the lines of other characters in the game, but you sometimes hear the old voice lines breaking through. Because they've replaced the voice lines and not been able to get the old voice actor back, and that most of the other missions have the old voice actor. Yeah, you're going to be hearing Tevin Kev suddenly change voices on occasion. There's nothing I can do about that. That is something up with the game. Well, that is really the state of the game. But anyway, here we are outside Kittimer 2. Let's go in.
Kittimer. This place has some bad blood. Back in 2346, the Romulan military launched a massive attack that slaughtered all the Klingon colonists here and took the planet. The Klingons took it back in the chaos after Shinzon's rebellion. This is the first time since then that they've allowed Romulans to be here. We should be careful. The Klingons aren't going to be in a great mood. Just having us here will be a reminder of what's happened. Detan is waiting for us with the rest of the Romulan diplomats in the Hall of Conquest.
Alright, let's go meet Detan. And now this area is very much like we saw with Scarlet a couple of weeks ago with it in the future, depending on which point of view you're looking at. Well, here we are. One around the thing, and of course
Wonder what it takes to be put in the Gallery of Honor.
Yeah. That fucking doesn't look right. Open.
Chamber of Conquest. Let's hope one day the Klingons turn their attention to the Tal Shiar.
Yep. And here's the Federation quarter. Okay. Well. This area looks like the Romulan sections, plural. The Tal Shiar's over there. The Roman Republic over here. And okay, let's check it with the town.
It's good to see a friendly face. The air here is a bit tense right now. I need to stay here and prepare for Empress Seela's arrival, which I'm sure will not be pleasant. Could you speak with the Klingon and Federation delegations? See what they're thinking, get a feel for how the negotiations will go, and most importantly, try to convince them of our sincerity.
Well, what about the war with Federation and Klingons? How will they help both help us?
Both of them want to learn more about Romulan technology, and they're willing to do a great deal for us to acquire it. We will have to be careful not to get dragged into their war, however. We are already dealing with the Tal Shiar, and that is more than enough. I believe both of them see us as a potential resource. While I'm not terribly happy about that, it is a way to get them to assist us. And until we are established on a world of our own, we need their help.
I understand. What can I do to help?
We're still working on an agreement, but an initial proposal is on the table. The Federation and Klingons will help us establish New Romulus, as long as they can set up embassies on the planet. They wish to use this as a chance to acquire Romulan technology and Romulan allies. We need assistance to create a new world. It's a give and take, one that will hopefully work. You can start by speaking with some of the delegates from the Klingon Empire and the Federation. Just because an initial proposal has been presented does not mean the conference is over. Far from it. Any information you can get me about what they're thinking will help when it comes time to present our case.
Devon, what do you think?
I think we should do whatever we can to stop the Tal Shiar. If that means making an alliance with Starfleet or the Klingons, fine with me. I would be worried about us getting dragged into their war, but I expect that they're both more interested in our cloaking designs than our people. I say we go with whoever is most willing and able to help us against the Tal Shiar. That's all that really matters.
Tan?
We must be careful not to let vengeance blind us in our attempts for freedom. In the meantime, I would ask you to speak with delegates from the Klingon Empire and the Federation. Just because an initial proposal has been presented does not mean the conference is over. Far from it. Any information you can get me about what they're thinking will help when it comes time to present our case.
I'll do what I can. And so, Tamir, do you have anything to add? Good to have you here. Let's hope this goes well. Indeed. My Klingon's a bit rusty, but nothing important on there. So, as soon as we've seen the Federation banner over here, and Klingons are all around the place, but actually, man, let's go and chat with the Klingons first. Although, that was a bit weird. Then I'm not an expert on Federation uniform design. This is a Klingon area.
The
So,
Hall of Heroes. They're probably Klingon heroes who killed Romulans.
yeah. Ambassador Stash. But very much the good one for listening for go on. So. Maybe let's go a little bit sneaky and see what Stas has to say to his friends.
I understand their stance, but still, there are issues. The would-be Romulan Republic is weak and fractured. How could an alliance benefit us?
Okay. Let's have a chat with Ambassador Stas. Stas?
Ah, one of the Tan's followers. Greetings. I am Ambassador Satas, representative for the Klingon Empire. I am curious, what exactly does your group have to offer the Klingons in an allegiance? The Tan is no warrior, and Klingon politics have little in common with Romulan machinations.
The Tan's groups of survivors. We fight Tasha day and night.
You do have a point. The fact that you've survived this long against the Tal Shar says something about your people. However, it does not say whether or not you are in the right in this civil war of yours, or if this is just an elaborate Romulan plot. We shall see just how trustworthy you are in the days to come.
You'll see the truth of our words soon enough. So let's have a chat with Ambassador Walden, I think it is. You know, it's Councillor Walden.
Diplomacy makes for thirsty work. The Federation ambassador can't hold his teeth together for more than a minute. The Vulcan just stares daggers at everyone. Half my delegation are a breath away from ripping into the Starfleeters like rampaging togs, and we're all stuck in here with you backstabbing greenbloods. Oh, did I offend you? Well, get used to it. We don't have a reason to trust you yet, and I don't know if we ever will.
Well, I was Klingons are the some other species would get the insults out. Maybe I could help with the first. So let's go and find a. We'll go to blood wine. I mean, prune juice is nice, but I'm not sure many Klingons around here drink prune juice. I'm not even sure if the prune juice drinking Klingon is around here. Couple of cups. Well, just reminded that you can buy blood wine on Klingon on World if you're a Klingon allied with the Klingons. There's the Warden. What's your broom?
Blood wine. At least you have some manners. Nice to know that you all aren't as ill-bred as the stories say.
What are your thoughts on the peace treaty?
Bah! You don't even respond to an insult. Looks like you're on your best behavior. Since we're being diplomatic, I suppose it could be said that you people may not be entirely worthless. But just because you know when to bring a Klingon a drink does not mean we are friends. I'm keeping an eye on you and your kind.
Very well.
The Klingons don't seem too thrilled with the idea of being allies. Maybe we'll have better luck with the Federation.
Let's see what we can do. And as Gordon said, we've got to talk more about the ambassador who seems to never shut up, and the Vulcan that doesn't seem to be staring daggers at everyone. So welcome to the Federation section, and we Ambassador Sugihara.
One of our new potential allies. I am Jiro Sugihara, a representative of the Federation Diplomatic Corps. Let's talk, shall we? Yes, I'd love a chat. Now, please don't take the cool reactions of some of my colleagues as an indication of how the whole of the Federation feels. There is a history between our two governments. But I believe with some work, we can all come to a peaceful agreement. Don't you agree?
I was hoping that we...
Of course you do. Of course. Why else would you and other fine and forward-thinking Romulans, such as Datan, be present here at this conference? I like to think of all of us, Federation, Klingon, and Romulans alike, as engineers. We're building bridges to a newer and brighter future. We're architects, designing load-bearing structures upon which we might build vital cooperative efforts. But before we get to the window dressing, of course, you know where we must begin.
Yes, we could start.
Why, with the foundations. You knew that, of course. There's nothing we cannot achieve if we're able to continue to sit down and discuss our differences, and bit by bit, measure by measure, work through them and learn from one another. We must start fresh. So as one potential friend to another, I ask this entirely as a personal question. How do you feel about reunification? I know there are a lot of people in the Federation still opposed to it, but I am certain that if we simply sit down together and discuss the issue rationally, we can... We've all come to see that reunification is a wonderful idea, isn't it? Bringing long-lost brothers back together and mending hurts from so long ago. Really, that's what the Romulans and Vulcans are, don't you think? A family divided. It's a shame. I think of my daughter. She's a lovely girl, takes after her mother in many respects. She's on Bajor now, but I love seeing her as much as possible. I couldn't imagine how dreadful being separated from her would be. But that's what Romulans and Vulcans must feel all the time. That's why I believe reunification should happen as soon as possible. Imagine all the wounds it would heal, the pain that would go away. That would only be the start. If Vulcans and Romulans could find peace, why not peace with the Klingons, the Hirogen? It would be a wake-up call to all races that peace, prosperity, and unity are all possible. Our Federation has its problems, but we've learned to live and work together. There's no reason we all can't do so.
Yes, I do. Now, if you excuse me. No, admittedly, I did stretch that one out a bit, but we need to have that, use that one for the joke. So, Admiral Tanay is not good. He's staring his daggers at us, but then she thinks he usually does.
I know your kind too well to ever trust what you say. I will not be taken in by your attempts to be disarming.
If you don't trust us, then why are you here?
I am here as a representative of Starfleet and an expert on Romulan affairs. and to ensure my companion does not surrender all of the Federation in an effort to build foundations. I have spent more than 3 decades defending the Federation from Romulan plots. I have seen all of the tricks, the deceptions, all of the treachery that is born of hubris. Romulans believe they are superior to all other species. That is incorrect. It will take a great deal of effort to deceive me. I suggest you do not try.
Listen, Traffic Admiral, you will see. Yeah, that does mean a few things. We're going to chat with the Vulcan ambassador, see if is there anything to add. Because Dinop says, I see Allegiance is welcome. Yeah. So, yeah. You would. This is one place you can look around and chat with people, but let's have a chat with the town because I've got a strange feeling. See, they might be here soon. The town?
Jolan True, what do you have to report?
Well, there's bits and bobs, but it's not going brilliant.
There's doubt everywhere. We will have to be careful not
This
to...
conference is a farce.
Sela!
You're not trying to found a settlement. You're rebelling against your sovereign. You're stirring up dissent with your wild stories of mysterious aliens and colony attacks.
Wild stories?
Until now, I gave your little movement some leeway because I thought I could convince you to see the error of your ways. This ridiculous conference shows me I've been far too forgiving.
You! How could you?
Tovin! That's enough! You two, please leave this to Tamara and me.
Unbelievable. How can that woman stand there and deny everything? If you ask me, the only thing worse than the Tal Shiar is the politician who lies for them. There should be no allegiance with such... Hold on. We're getting a message from the ship.
Okay, let's check what the message says.
They're picking up odd ships on sensors. Ships that match the one we scanned back when the colony was destroyed. Good. Now they'll have to deal with us, the Klingons, and the Federation.
The Romulan informed the Klingons that they have uninvited guests.
The Klingon command base has ordered us to remain in orbit and leave the defense of Khitomer to them. However, I'm certain that the singularity signature I'm detecting is the same ship that was in orbit of Viranot during the attack. This could be the person responsible for the destruction of the colony. Do we investigate, despite the Klingons' objections?
Hey, let's beam up. And apologies for Tovin sort of getting the frog in his throat.
I'm picking up multiple anomalies in the area, but the Klingons are still ignoring them. We should investigate them, and be prepared for whatever happens. Keep an eye out for Klingon ships. If any hostiles appear, they'll show up too. If we're lucky, we'll target the enemy and not us.
Yeah, well, let's go. So let's investigate this anomaly.
The Appolgies were hiding the Tal Shiar ship.
Make this a matter for the Klingon Empire! I am Gerard, son of Lursa, captain of the IKS Kang. You have proven yourself in battle against one of these ships. I will ensure that you will survive to prove yourself again. I was the first to uncover the alien Undine within the Klingon Empire.
Now, I shall be the first to combat this new alien threat. To battle!
Agreed, we'll send you the data we have on the Appolgies. There's it. There, go on. Normally Epsilon.
Why am I not surprised that you were the one who discovered us? I'm quite happy you did, though. Now I have a chance to rectify the mistakes of Gasco Station. Captain Gerard, you have no place in this fight between us. This is a Romulan affair.
Captain Gerard?
Colonel Hakiv, you came into sovereign Klingon territory with hostile intent. You brought these aliens into our space. Now, you have the unmitigated goal to try to give orders to a Klingon warrior? This is not a Romulan affair anymore, Colonel. You have insulted me, and you will pay the price!
Never insulted Klingon, Akiv.
I don't care if you have 100 Klingon ships. You will not stop me.
We'll see. Nope. Right.
It's been a pleasure, Commander. But my work here is complete. I will deal with you another time.
Captain Gerard?
You fought well. My people will learn of Colonel Hakiv's attack on my vessel. That I can promise you. I will also tell them of your abilities in battle. However, Hakiv did not die, so I cannot rule out the possibility that this was all a Romulan trick. My ship will continue to patrol the area. You should return to the conference.
Thank you, Captain.
Akiv beamed something down to the surface before he warped. I think? Yes, we're getting confirmation. He beamed explosives down to Kittimer. We've got to get down there and disarm them before anyone finds out. Even a hint of a problem like this, and the conference will be shut down. We'll lose our best chance for colonization.
Oh dear. Let's beam down.
What is your status? I'm in the Hall of Heroes now, and things are underway. Did you handle the situation with the Appolgies?
Yes, but Akiv beamed down explosives into the hull.
This is not good. It will be too easy for any disturbance to be blamed on us, and Hakiv knows it. I'll start searching the Hall of Heroes. Contact me once you've found all of the explosives on your end. I'll do my best to discreetly look for anything amiss over here.
Okay.
Make sure the Klingons do not find the bombs first. If they do, there's a good chance we'll be seeing one another soon in a jail cell.
Found it. Alright. Okay. Oh, that's not nice. That Tertia bomb. At least we've got this activation technique here. You two must have been asleep. Hello?
The Tall Shiar had spies here the entire time.
So that was that guy doing. So. Bomb in the air. I mean.
Did you get the explosives? Good. That's a relief. I found a bomb near one of the statues in the back of the hall. I should be able to confirm that these devices were made by the Tal Shiar once the conference is over. It will be more proof that they cannot be trusted. Why don't you come inside the conference? The Klingons are about to speak. It should be interesting to hear what they have to say.
We're on our way.
In conclusion, think about how many times we've been fooled by Romulans. Sela already sent the Tal Shiar to attack us here. Who is to say Detan is not part of her plan? We must not allow this alliance to happen.
Hakiv!
Treacherous Greenblood!
Stay back!
What do you think you're doing? What? What are you?
Remember this.
He gave his life for me, for a Klingon.
Oof. I think today's a bit surprising.
Tamira's sacrifice will be remembered. I promise you that. Personally, I have never liked the Tal Shiar, but we of the Diplomatic Corps are always committed to trying to find peaceful solutions first. But we can help you in your fight to bring justice to the Tal Shiar if you accept our assistance. We know you have much to do to build a new homeworld and free your people. The Federation wants to be your ally in everything.
Appreciate your words. So, touch the warden?
Tamir died with honor. When my time comes, I hope I can do the same. His sacrifice showed me that we have a common enemy. The blood in your veins may be green, but you fight for your people with the courage of a Klingon. I would be proud to give my aid to you and Detan. We will hunt the Tal Shiar like the dogs they are.
I appreciate your enthusiasm. So, The town?
Tamer's death will not be in vain. Now we have the opportunity to secure our future. The Federation looks favorably upon our endeavors, but it will take time for them to commit. Now Tamer has shown the Klingons that there is honor and nobility among us. We may not have gotten what we wanted today, but I foresee a day where we will build a home and a life on New Romulus.
Indeed.
The next step must be yours. Both Starfleet and the Klingon Defense Force have agreed to take Romulans into their forces. I'd like you to be the first. You will be our eyes, ears, and hands in their fleets. More importantly, you will be our voice. Where you serve is your choice. But wherever you go, always remember that you are Romulan. If you haven't done so already, speak with the representatives of the Federation and the Klingon Empire. Then, take some time to think it over. When you are ready, speak with Subcommander Nadell back on the flotilla.
Indeed. Very well.
Tamer gave his life so that we would be understood by the others. I know I won't forget this. I'm ready to do whatever it takes to take down the Tal Shiar, so I'm with you on this, no matter what. The ship is awaiting our return whenever you're ready. We need to report to Subcommander Nadell and let her know everything that's happened.
Indeed. Let's beam up.
Welcome back. I'm Subcommander Nadell. Tamer's final actions impressed both the Klingons and the Federation. The time has come for you to decide who you will be allied with. Starfleet and the Klingons both have sent diplomats to stay here at the flotilla. Talk to them if you have any questions. Then speak to me when you are ready to make your choice.
Now I covered some options from a gameplay explanation back on my back at last week, but this time we're going to have a chat with the current people who want to see if we can join.
Tamer's sacrifice showed bravery and honor. We honor his act, and we will not forget it. The Prime Directive may tie our hands sometimes, but we recognize when reaching out will help the galaxy. We are ready to recognize the Romulan Republic as a legitimate government, free of the Romulan Star Empire. We can help your people. If you'll accept us as your allies, we'll gladly aid you in your fight against the tyranny of the Tal Shiar. We know you have much to do to rebuild a new homeworld on New Romulus. Tell us what you need. We're ready to help you with construction and the relocation of any willing Romulans to their new home.
Thank you. And Brigadier General
Tamer's sacrifice showed the High Council that we have a common enemy, and there is such a thing as an honorable Romulan. We honor his memory. Join us. The blood in your veins may be green, but you fight for your people with the courage of a Klingon. The Klingon Defense Force will be proud to give our aid to the Romulan Republic. Together, we will hunt the Tal Shiar like the honorless dogs they are.
Thank you. Now we get to the really, really important point. We're going to go on to the point where we now have to pick one side or another. So, Nadell, give us a question.
Time is short. What do you need of me?
So first of all, tell me about yourself.
My name is Nadell. I'm a former refugee, and like you, I'm trying to help Titan build a new Romulus. I barely remember the homeworld, but I remember the hunger and fear of the years that followed its loss. I watched my father disappear into a bottle of ale. I remember my mother crying night after night when she thought I couldn't hear. We need a new homeworld. We need stability, and we need to put the past behind us. I'll do anything I can to help make that happen. Time is short. What do you need of me?
I'm ready to make my decision.
This final choice must be yours, but I know you will honor Tamer and serve our people well, no matter where you decide to go. So what is it to be then? The Klingons or the Federation?
And as it says here, this choice cannot be changed. You will still be Roman afterwards, but your allegiance will be either with Starfleet or Klingon. There is no way of changing this, so let's choose allegiances.
Time is short. What do you need of me?
Now you can now see you got you got the Romulan uniform and the Klingon uniform. Now, as this already said again, this is the permanent choice for this character. You can go one way or another. So we're going Klingon. Alright. What do you need of me? Right, so what's next?
Tamer was a great man. He touched so many lives among the survivors, and I know he thought very highly of you. I can think of no better way to honor his commitment and sacrifice than by continuing to serve the Romulan people. On to business. The flotilla will be working on beginning settlement of Dewa III, or what we're calling New Romulus. Good luck out there.
And we pick up some experience points and expertise and the Legion's reward and Legion's costume options and the cost of dilithium. The Legion's reward actually depends on who we picked up, who we picked, and costume options and tactical bridge officers equal. But basically they've got 2 packs and it depends on what you picked your last choice was. So let's see what happens when we got the Klingons.
Time is.
Congratulations, Centurion.
Click here to view your trades.
Man. Now we might pick up a random Klingon Klingon bridge officer, which he now use. We'll join him, game to join us later. But he's not actually a big problem because he's actually a nice trait. But
Greetings. I am taking over as your liaison with the Romulan Republic since Tamer is no longer. Time is short. What do you need?
Yeah. Okay. Now that we've done all that, we're now going to go back down and cover what we actually got. Don't worry, won't be too long. First of all, we got this last. Okay, so this lot over here is what we got. So we got a Nausicaa Male, which is a random Klingon tactical bridge officer. Now, on the Federation side, you will get a random Federation bridge officer, and this particular choice of random bridge officer is actually not bad. Not worse. I've had better, but it's at least it's at least it has the pirate ability, which is space rate, which is not. This is very useful for if you want to do damage. Since we now picked up, we pick up a handful of Klingon weapons, destructive weapons, and if you went to Federation, you'll be picking up phaser weapons and quantum torpedoes. But yes, that's most of the things we picked up. There's one thing we can't do here, what we can do in the System Star, and if we don't want to look like what we do now, we can customize our clothing. So let's we can now pick Klingon armor. So you pick up the standard because I've got a lot of unlocks. You'll be surprised how much unlocks, because you got the Botascu armor. Mind you, that's the upper piece, but you have the full piece. The longs not so you can't wear. The mirror version is not so you can't get. Is another unlock, but if you want to wear the 21st century version of the outfit, you can do. And if you have pick up this, you can pick up the Discovery Core outfit, or the Discovery Mokai outfit as well. And there are spikes in that, and some of the other stuff. And there's Klingon 24/9, first leaves, leather, panelled and standard issue. Now, those were all standard Klingon outfits. Now we've got the Klingon. Now the outfit that the guy was wearing was the Klingon 1 and Klingon 2 was probably Klingon 1, Klingon 2, Romulan Klingon 1, Klingon 2, and obviously I've got picked up lots of outfits from various other stuff, including this veteran gear, which is not available for most players. But if you're not a Klingon, if you join the Klingons and you want to have a slightly different outfit, since you can, if you Reman, you can actually pick up 2 new outfits, which is the Reman neutral, which is from the standard any both classes can get, but you can also pick up the Reman Klingon style, which is decent. There's also a Federation variant and for everyone else. But yes, that's it. So next time we'll be moving on to new things.